ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। फर्स्ट मंत्र तदेतत् सत्यं मंत्रेषु कर्माणि कवयो यान्यपश्यन् तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा सन्ततानि। मंत्रेषु कर्माणि कवयो पश्यन् तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा सन्ततानि। तान् आचरतः नियतं सत्यकामाः एषवः पन्था सुकृतस्य लोके। तान् आचरतः नियतं सत्यकामाः एषवः पन्था सुकृतस्य लोके। Yesterday we saw every religion talks about revelation. And we also say that the Vedas were revealed to the rishis. But there is a difference between all those revelations and revelations to Rishaya. Those revelations are of two types. One is do's and don'ts, mandate commandments, thy shall not, thy should, etc. And those revelations are faith-based revelation. That God is in heaven, God will do judgment on such and such a day. Only faithful. The revelation I was talking about, either there are commandments, mandates, do this and do not do this, and another is belief. Those beliefs about something hereafter. That being a case, they are not verifiable beliefs. What is revealed to the rishis is verifiable. Why do I say verifiable? Because it is knowledge. It is not belief, it is knowledge. And therefore, we say Veda is Pramana, is a means of knowledge. Whatever karmas they have talked about, It is verifiable here and now. Now, therefore, Rishi says, Yani karmani kavayaha apashyan. Kavi means the rishis, one who sees something beyond the sense organs. Bhagavan is also called Rishi. Kavi, because he also sees beyond. Tani tretayam bahuda santata. Tani karmani tretaya. Tretaya means in these three Vedas, Rigveda, Yajurveda, and Samaveda, bahuda santatani, they are vistirnani. They have been talked about in details in these three Vedas. They have been strewn all over the Vedas. The Vedas are voluminous because of these karmas only. And among the three Vedas, Yajurveda is the one which talks much more about the karmas than other two Vedas. Sutani Tretayam Bahuda Santatani. And then Shruti says, Tan Acharatha Niyatam Satyakama. As we saw, Satya means karma phala. Satyakamaha, karma phala kamaha. Those who are desirous of the karma phalas. That means those who are desirous of some arthakama purushartha, some sensual pleasures, some sense of security. Achartha, may you perform those karmas. Karmas needs to be performed. Then only it will yield the result. Especially, therefore, there is a lot of importance about puja. Doing japa is one thing, and doing puja, physical puja, is another thing. Those days, in a Veda Kala, people used to perform yajnas. Nowadays we have, so they had a Vedic karmas. Nowadays we have smarta karmas, smriti yukta shlokas, and we do puja. That physical puja will yield certain results. Japa will also yield result at psychological level and in terms of punya, because Bhagavat Nama is involved. But then puja becomes altogether different thing. For Abhyudayartha here and hereafter, it is necessary. And so, Tani Acharatha, Shruti says, may you perform. This in this statement comes after this Karma Kanda famous statement, Vedo, Vedo Nityamadhiyata. At Bhashyakara Sadhan Chatushta, Sopana Panchakam Shloka, Swad, and the Vedic Vakya is Swadhyayo Adhyetavya. One should study one's own Veda, the Veda which belongs to the lineage, Veda which belongs to the Rishi, Adi, Pita. So that Veda should be studied. One needs to memorize, and that is why it is called Shruti. From every generation, those days father and son, and later on Guru Shishya generation, they made sure that Guru himself was a Shishya to someone, and he or she learned these Vedas and made sure that his or her disciple also learned the Veda. So it was a mandate, and people used to follow the mandate, Swadhyayo Adhyetavya, and that was memorized. There was no paper. So it was heard and memorized, therefore called Shruti. And those for memorizing, you have to chant it again and again and again and again. Daily chanting has to be done. Even after memorization, you have to keep repeating, otherwise you keep forgetting. So daily they used to repeat certain things. So that repeating and chanting Vedas being a Vak karma has its own phalam. Primary phalam is Vak Shuddhi, Vak tapas. It becomes tapas for the speech. It gives you purity of the speech, and to some extent purity at the mental level. But having studied entire Vedas, having memorized the Veda, if satyakamaha, if you are desirous of those karma phalas, achara means you have to perform. Verbatim repetition of that karma will not gain you that phala. You have to physically do it. Yes, which Swamiji would say. Memorizing the cookery book will not cook the dishes. You know, she has to study the book, memorize and cook physically. So also these Brahmanas and Panditas or any Hindu would memorize the Veda, but he or she needs to perform the karmas if he or she is satyakamaha karma phala kamaha. Acharya. Yeshavaha pantha sukrutasya loke. Sukrutasya means for satkarma loke. Means urdhva loke. This is the path to gain the pleasures hereafter. Sukha loke. Sukruta loke means sukha loke. Papa loke means dukha loke. To gain those lokas, to gain the janma hereafter, where you may have more subtle pleasures for a more longer time. This is the marga, means this is the means. Veda karmas, performing Vedic karmas as per the stipulation is the means. Okay. Now see the next mantra. Yada lelayate hyarchihi. Yada lelayate hyarchihi. Samidhe havyavahane. Samidhe havyavahane. तदाज्य भागावंतरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत् यदा लेलायते ह्यर्चिः समिद्धे हव्यवाहने यदा लेलायते ह्यर्चिः समिद्धे हव्यवाहने तदाज्य भागावंतरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत् तदाज्य भागावंतरेण आहुतिः प्रतिपादयेत्. So the mantra is yada. Yada means when. Then it will be tada. Tada means then. When these conditions are there, then tada, second line. Ahutif pratipadayet. May one offer what ahutis? May one offer the oblations in the fire ritual. How one should offer, where one should offer, and when one should offer, that is being discussed here. In this mantra, primarily there is discussion regarding one ritual called Agnihotra Karma. That Agnihotra Karma is a karma which every Grahastha is supposed to perform daily. A brahmachari is given Gayatri Diksha. When Yagnopavitam, when Yagnopavitam is there, he or she does Sandhya Vandanam Karma daily, invoking Narayana in sun and then performs the rituals. And when one gets married, the husband, the man should perform this fire ritual called Agnihotra Karma. Brahmachari has some fire ritual. The one is qualified to perform fire ritual only when one is Yagnopavitam. So having had this Yagnopavitam, the brahmachari becomes qualified for the fire ritual. And he does Samita Dhanam Yagnam, but Grahasti performs Agnihotra. Earlier, I had talked about while discussing about Shaunaka Rishi. Every Grihastha must have two types of fire in the home. Permanent fire. Fire is kept lit all the time. One is the fire in the kitchen. Even in the place where I live in Saurashtra, some of the villages, they don't have gas pipe. I mean, they don't have pipeline gas and cylinder so easily available. Nowadays, after Modi coming in, most of the houses have those gas cylinder bottles and supply is there. Obviously, remote places supply would be delayed, etc. So they cook on by firewoods. They use the firewood and cook. I have not been traveling to local area for last 7-8 years because of type of work. I travel out of the state more. I have seen those houses. They don't know who lit this fire in the kitchen. The daughter-in-law tells me that this mother-in-law who is alive, she gave me. When I got married, then I have seen this fire since then. I asked the mother-in-law, she says, my mother-in-law gave me. Nobody knows. Only on one day, they don't bring it to flame. That is called Shitla Satam in Gujarat. The previous day of Janmashtami, the birth date of Lord Krishna, previous day, they don't lit the fire. Only one day, they don't eat the fresh and the hot food. But that is still there. They just cover it with the ash. The amber is still there. Next day, just they whiff it out and the fire comes out. One fire should be there always in the home. And the second is fire in the Yagna Shala. This Agnihotra fire, this ritual, this is to be performed daily. Every father passed on to his son, and son would pass on to his son. Like the Shankaracharyas have puja, Nitya pujas. It's a very long ritual. Since Adi Shankara, they say they have a vigraha, they have a murti, idol, which they are worshipping. Every acharya performed puja daily, and he gave up only when he appointed another shishya as a successor and gave puja to him, and you have to perform it daily. So they don't travel by flight or train because of this puja. Whenever they travel, they stay put overnight. Morning they do puja and hardly they get 4-5 hours to travel. Almost the whole morning till noon, 12:31 goes in their rituals, pujas. Those days, Agnihotra fire was kept in the home and father performed throughout his life, and when he could not, he would pass it on to his son. So there has to be permanent two fire in the house. Nowadays, one is also not there because of this gas pipeline. You lit the fire only when you require it. There is no 24 hours lit fire. When I said this in one of my classes, one man came to me and said, Swamiji, in my home it is all 24 hours. I said, really? You have a traditional home? He said, no, Swamiji, I am a married person. She keeps shouting with everybody, and that's a fire that is there in my home. Anyway, coming back to this, so he is talking about Yagnihotra. Samidhe Havyavahane. Havyavahan means fire. Samidhe Samyak Iddham Havyavahane Sati. When fire is well lit, and Yadahi Archihi lelayate. You have to, the prose order is yada samidde havyavahane yarchihi lelayate. When in a well-lit fire, the flames are dancing. Lelayate archihi. Archi means flames. Archihi. When the flame is dances, tada ahutif pratipadayet. Then you should make oblations. One should make oblations. Where one should make oblations? Ajabhagavantarena. There is a sandhi. Ajabhagau antarena. Ajabhagau means both the sides, left and right hand side. Antarena, in the middle. When you are sitting for yajna, it is a four-side yajna. Yajna kunda has a four sides. And these yajnas are performed facing east. So on your left and right, when you face east, on your right is south, on your left is north, when you face east. So on the middle of the left and right means in the center of the Vedic. Antarena ahuti pratipadayet. When oblation should be offered. In other words, when the fire is well lit and the flames are dancing, at that time, right in the center of the ritual Homa Kunda, one should offer the oblations. That is what the Shruti says. Okay. It talks about what kind of fire should be there. It says well lit. Remember, this ritual is to be performed daily in all seasons. And two things, one thing connected to this and another thing. That those days there was no technological advancement like what you have today. Especially when I visited US 20-25 years ago, I discovered they can perform fire ritual all throughout the years. There is a special room for it, We can't, Indians can't imagine the fire is performed, ritual is performed in a room. Outside it may be snowing. There is a room and there are enough exhaust fans to take the smoke away and they can perform it. Those days it was not. Then we can store the wood, dry wood. That also not necessary. In those old English movies you see, outside the house there is a stack of woods which were stored. Even I saw that in Switzerland. Somewhere 10 years, 12 years ago, I had been there in the Alps. We just drove through and I saw those houses. They had kept the wood outside. You have to stack the wood. Now that is also not necessary. Thanks to Amazon. Thanks to Flipkart. You just order it and you get the dry wood. And not only wood, you don't need cows also. You get cow dung. And they call it cow dung cake. In India, cake is only one cake. You can't imagine cow dung cake. The cake word is by Vyavhara, is connected to something which is to be eaten. But when there's a cow dung cake, you thought, what is they are eating? But anyway, then this coming back to this, with those limitations, when they had no storage available, so well-lit fire, that means the wood has to be dry. In monsoon as well as winter, when there is a lot of wind in December, January in India, it should be well-lit fire. And archihi lelayate. It is so lit that the flames are dense. Itself is tapas. To have a well lit, and it is all open, Yagnashala. Like one we have, those we have seen in the ashram, our Yagnashala is open from all the four sides, except the top, and top is also so high. It is almost open. So in that area, the fire should be well lit. And the flame should be dancing. So Swamiji would tell, there is no Agnihotra without tears. Okay? it requires lot of effort on your part. It is a tapas itself that you keep storing the wood, make sure it is a dry wood, and make sure there is no wind you can cover and light up the fire, etc. That is a tapas. He says, Yada lela yate hyarchihi, you know, there are, Shankaracharya ji writes this Shabdvakya, Aneka, you see, there are so many obstacles possible for this well-lit fire in those days. Today we have to imagine, like modern girl, and especially educated in metros, and she just goes to university and in a car and all that. They girls cannot imagine the hardships their grandmother faced. Sometimes I feel technology is very biased to women, modern days technology. Those days, women has had so much of work to do. Getting up early morning and fetching the water. Two types of water they had to fetch, potable and usable. There was one water which was to be used in the home and another one to drink with less saline and all that. And having had that, and they had a cows, and they have to milk the cow and clean that whole blessed place, and then light up the fire, which firewoods and cow dung cakes, and then make some tea and breakfast, and making lunch in that, and clean vessels out of the ashes that she gets from this kitchen fire. And for washing the clothes, they had to carry the clothes to village pond or village river. And the flooring also was cow dung flooring, which they had to do flooring every day. And all other things, it was not simply 2 square meals to be cooked. The cooking itself was ordeal, because not like Maggie was not available. So you can make it easy and quick. Cooking was so demanding, and all ingredients of cooking also they had to prepare. Chili and then all masalas and papad and the hair oil also. I have seen my mother preparing hair oil and soap, and so they had no time. And in the process, the daily chore was so demanding. While performing all the daily chore, she has to bring up the children also. That was another job. That was byproduct, in fact. That used to be supposed to be main one. She would deliver and bring them up. Therefore, listen this carefully. I'm introducing this deliberately. Therefore, women were exempted from ritual, not barred. They were not denied. This is how paradigm shift takes place. The typical story of the monkeys, management people tell this. Because the baby needs mother in the morning. If she starts performing Agnihotra Karma, who will cook the breakfast? Who will fetch the water? Who will get the milk? So she was exempted. You need not perform. And when you are given exemption, and he is mandated to perform, she may feel that there is a bias because he performs and he will get punyas. So there is a Vakya in a Shastra. All Punya karmas that husband performs, she directly gets 50% of the Punya performed by him. And vice versa is not true. This is Rishi mathematics. B is A, A is not B. So husband's punya goes to her and her punya is hers only, you know. As they say, what is the key of happy married life? He does what she likes and she does what she likes. That's a happy married life. So, so similarly, B is A is not B. Swami just words, you know, Rishi mathematics. So Rishi mathematics works. She has been exempted, not denied. And somehow there is a misconception that women should not learn Vedas, women should not chant Vedas, women should not perform karmas. True, there are certain physical limitations of hormonal changes, but then that due to lack of this development in the technology to maintain the home, her role was more demanding than his. And it was more time bound than his. She has to do those things daily. And the baby needs mother, not daddy. At least till 5 years, they physically need mother. So she was exempted. Anyway, coming back to this, itself is tapas. Though this particular Agnihotra karma necessitated only 2 oblations in the morning and 2 oblations in the evening. There are only 4 oblations to be offered, nothing more than that. But then these 2 oblations of the morning and 2 oblations of the evening are to be offered only when the fire is well lit and the flames are dense. And these 2 oblations are there. In the morning they say Prajapate Swaha, etc. In evening. Second line it says Tada Ajya Bhaga Vantarena. Okay. There is a lot of discussion about this in Karma Kanda section. Ajya Bhaga Vantarena. Neither on the left nor on the right. In the middle of the Yagna Kunda, one has to offer. This is to be done daily. 24/7/52. Nowadays there is a phrase, 24/7. You have to multiply by 52 means all throughout the years. Therefore it says Ahutihi Pratipad. And there is a word Havya Vahana for the fire. Havya Vahana, one who carries what is offered. See, in a ritual, typical ritual, we invoke many devatas. And in a given ritual, certain oblations are to be offered in certain directions. You cannot do everything at anywhere. Some of you, if you recollect, those who have performed yajna here, they will say, on your left, there is a vessel, put a drop over here. On your right, put a drop over here. And in the hand, when they take vibhuti, to offer the prasadam, they will say, Ishanyam vibhuti darshanam. They will go to Ishana angle and take vibhuti only from there. So direction is important. The state of the fire is important. Then, and the place where oblations to be offered. And this is to be done throughout the years with those limitations. When there was absence of technology and there was no sufficient protection to have that fire. And that time, one has to do this. Ajya Vantarena Ahuti Pratipadaye. As I said, Shankaracharya ji writes that tasya cha samyak karanam dushkaram vipattayastu aneka bhavanti. To perform it as per stipulation is dushkaram, very difficult. He says vipattayaha aneka bhavanti. There are so many obstacles to it. There are so many problems that comes to you when you perform Agnihotra karma like this. And Madhyasthane Ahuti Pratipadaye. Okay? As I mentioned, one has to perform this ritual till one takes to sannyas. Even taking to Vanaprastha ashrama, all they have to carry this fire with them. And they have to perform the ritual, Vanaprasthi also. So there is a mention in Mahabharata that Pandu, King Pandu, when he went to Vanagamanam, because he had a curse and then he decided to live a life of Vanaprasthi, there is a mention, used to perform this Agnihotra karma day. So this is to be performed daily, which itself is tapas. And as I mentioned yesterday, living a Vedic way of life is becoming a religious person. You live in the awareness of Ishvara. When you perform these rituals, and then because we keep invoking Ishvara every day in different forms, and then being a religious, not only it's a religious life, it is very demanding, that means very disciplined life. Naturally, one becomes a disciplined person when one follows this Vedic way of life. Agnihotram to be performed daily. This itself is a mandate to be done daily. This is called Nitya Karma, to be performed daily. Along with this, there are few more karmas to be performed. These are called Naimittika karma. Naimittika means caused by nimitta, because of special place, time and situation. Then this phalam of Agnihotra karma multiplies. And if Agnihotra karma is not accompanied by those Naimittika karmas, it doesn't give you phalam. That is being mentioned in the next mantra. Look at the third mantra. YasyagniHotram Adarsha Paurnamasam. YasyagniHotram Adarsha Paurnamasam. Achaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithi Varjitam Cha. Achaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithi Varjitam Cha. Ahutam Avaishwadevam Avidhinahutam. Ahutam Avaishwadevam Avidhinahutam. Asaptamanstasya lokan hinasti. Asaptamantasya lokan hinasti. YasyagniHotram Adarsha Paurnamasam. Achaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithi Varjitam Cha. Achaturmasam Anachaturmasyam Anagrayanam Atithi Varjitam Cha. Ahutam Avaishwadevam Avidhinahutam. Asaptamam stasya lokan hinasti. Asaptamam stasya lokan hinasti. The last verse, last mantra, we had yada tada. Here it is yasya tasya. One whose yasya, tasya to that person. Yasya, whose is like this. He says, tasya, last line, asaptamam tasya lokan hin. Tasya lokan hinasti. You know, it destroys for that person all lokas. Asaptaman. All the 7 lokas, all the 7 worlds are destroyed. What he says, if this Agnihotra karma is not done properly as per the stipulation, and along with this daily ritual, these all other things which are not to be done daily in a given situation, at a given time, at a given place you have to do. If all these are also not done, then also all his lokas get destroyed. Meaning thereby what? It means it is not the lokas will be destroyed, not even for him. It means it will not bear the result, the phalam that he or she wanted. The karma phala, you will not gain it. 2 things are there. Perform this Agnihotra daily ritual as the stipulation, Lelayate, Harche, Avidya, Samidda, Havyavahane. And along with that ritual, you perform all other rituals also. What are there? Yasya Agnihotram, one who performs Agnihotra ritual, whose Agnihotra karma is devoid of, is bereft of, is without these things. He gives a list. What are they? Adarsham apaurnamasam. Adarsham apaurnamasam. Adarsham apaurnamasam anagni achaturmasyam, which is not accompanied by darshayaga. Adarsham means not accompanied by darsha. Darshayaga, I'll explain this yajna later. One whose Agnihotra karma is not accompanied by darshayaga, paurnamasya yaga, and anagrayanam. Paurnamasya ritual, achaturmasyam. So chatur is not accompanied by chaturmasya ritual. Anagrayanam, without it. Atithi varjitam hacha, without the worship of the guest. And then atithi varjitam cha ahutam avaishwadevam. Atithi varjitam cha avaishwadevam, without Vaishwadeva. Ahutam, not performed daily, sometimes missed. That by person, avidina hutam, when it is not performed as per the stipulation also, tasya saptalokan inasti. He or she doesn't get phalam of any, in terms of any of those 7 lokas. Okay? So 6 things are told. 1. YasyagniHotram Adarsha Paurnamasam. One whose Agnihotra is devoid of darsha and Purnamasa ritual. 1. Without Chaturmasya ritual, without Agranam ritual, without worship of Atithi, without and not accompanied by worship of Vishwadeva, and the offering oblations are not done as per the stipulation, then he or she, his ritual destroys all the 7 lokas, means he doesn't get the result of these rituals. Again, all these rituals are to be performed by a grihastha. You is supposed to perform these rituals on certain dates and on certain situation. Darsha Masa on a Prathama. After no moon day, the first day, this is called Darshaya. There is a special yajna to be performed. Paurnamasya. So this is our vernacular, Purnima. So on a full moon day, on the first day after no moon day and on the full moon day, there are small rituals to be performed. Achha. Then Achaturmasyam, on every 4th month, different ritus come, different seasons come, and there are welcoming season yajna. Seeking the grace during this season yajna that is performed. Agrayanam, that is a special ritual to be performed in Sharad Ritu. Therefore, we say Shatam cha Jiva Sharadaha. That's a time when you will fall sick. Sharad Purnima, just 1.5 month, the month previous to Diwali month. That is called Sharad Ritu comes. That is Agrayanam. Atithi, always worshipping or welcoming the guest. Ahutam. Ahutam means not that there is no homa. Ahutam means not performed as per stipulation. How to perform, when to perform, and with what to perform. Ahutam. Avaishwadevam. Ahutam means yatha kartavyata tadvat na ahutam. As it should be done. That is true for any ritual. This is told by Kavihi. Those who see something beyond the sense organs. That means these are the means and the ends that is talked about. Karma is a means and the phalam. The different loka, bhoga is an end. And that connection between karma and karma phala is adrishtam. Is something beyond the comprehension of human intellect. Only Rishis knew and Bhagavan knew. So you cannot take freedom. You cannot modify it by yourself. Okay, this can work. If it is not there, this will go. બધું હાલે હવે એ હાલવા દો ને હાલે સૌરાષ્ટ્ર say nothing works as per the stipulation you have to do. And when it is done, avaishwadevam avidhina hutam. Okay, when that is not done, saptalokan hinasti. So 7 lokas destroyed means karma ayasa matra. This karma will not bring that result, but then the result of this karma is one of the 7 lokas. You get pleasures hereafter somewhere. That result will not come. That means ayasa matram. It will be just an effort without bearing any result. Then only the efficacy of Agnihotra karma, you can say this word in its full potency, in its full capacity, efficacy will be there only when this karma is accompanied by all these rituals. And all of them should be done properly as per the stipulation at a proper proper time, in a proper way, in a proper oblations, everything, then only it will bear the result. As I had mentioned, this whole discussion is to create vairagya. And we who have not been doing yajnas, listening itself we got vairagya. Swamiji, I don't want to perform any of this ritual because to listening it's so complicated and it is always so difficult. I have vairagya now, I don't want to do that. No, that's so imagine how much disciplined life our forefathers must have been living, how much committed they were to the Vedic way of life, that they used to perform all this, and what amount of Shraddha they had. What Veda says is Satyam, and therefore they committed to this lifestyle. Anyway, coming back to this, so Agnihotram is Darsha on a new moon day, and Purnamasa means full moon day. So Agnihotra is to be accompanied by Darshayaga and Purnamasa Yaga as well. When performed, Agnihotra as per stipulation, it has its own result. But the efficacy or the multiplicity of the result will be much more when this is performed along, these yajnas are performed along with Agnihotra karma. Okay? Agrahanam. Yasya Agnihotram Darsha Paurnamasam. Anagrahanam. Agrahanam means autumn. Sharad Ritu means the autumn. And that's a season when people feel sick. Therefore, there is a saying, Shatam cha jiva sharada. May you see 100 autumns. That's a season for disease to come. So, there is a special ritual for that. Achaturmasyam. Chaturmasya means every 4th month, means thrice in a year. One has to perform this ritual. Chaturmasyam anagrahanam atithi varchitam cha. So, that Vakya we know, Atithi Devo Bhava. Entertaining the Atithi. And not simply entertaining with respect. The guest should be looked upon as Deva. May you be the one who looks upon guest as Deva. Matru Devo Bhava. May you be the one in whose perception mother is like God, father is like God, guest is also like God. Always welcoming the guest. And with a respectful attitude, you welcome the guest. That is called Atithyam Yajna. Just by the way, for information, every Grihastha is supposed to call upon before he takes lunch. He is supposed to open the door, main door, and shout in the street, is anybody hungry? Thrice he has to give a call. And when no one comes, then only he can eat. You don't do it in New York or in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Anybody hungry? It will cause different problems, Especially never do it in San Francisco nowadays, Oh my God, I was so shocked 2 years ago. Downtown, every street corner, I saw those beggars. And they have made this our Jhoppadpatti Dharavi, Bombay Dharavi, on the main roads, footpaths. They live there. So you cannot shout in California, But coming to the point, a welcoming attitude for the guest. We welcome the guest with respect and entertain the guest with respect. And this is a unique to Hindu tradition. You know, it is especially a typical traditional South Indian cannot understand that. The traditional guy who goes to US first time in North America, you have to call that person and say, I want to talk to you. First of all, in US, people don't pick up the phone. It always goes into voice box, message box. And more often than not, it is full. So they say, you try again. If you have luck, after 3-4 tries, your message is passed on. And then he reverses the call after a week. I said, then you say, I want to see you. When can I come and see you? You have to seek the time. And then where can I see you? આપણે જેવું ને ગાય લાગી આવે એટલે હું આજે નીકળો I just came down, you know. People, not grust, I tell you, the place where I live is known for entertaining guests, you know, Atithi Seva. People walk in ashram. Just walk in. I was going through, I thought, Swamiji, let me spend some time. And they will come at a lunchtime. So you postpone your lunchtime for 15-20 minutes, then you offer them. Well, it's my lunchtime, I'm late, would you like? Yeah, I thought so. I'm going to join you. When I came, I had already thought like that, I'll take lunch with Swamiji. So you have to be ready for that. They just walk in. And especially ashram means you are supposed to give food. There are 2-3 places in this area where the kitchen is open 24/7, dining hall. And that one is very popular. In every Hindu temple, you will find his murti, Jalaram Bapa. You know that Jalaram Bapa, who is hardly 50 kilometers away from my place. There you go, breakfast time you get breakfast, tea time you get tea, lunch time you get lunch. Nothing, no pass, just walk in and take it. This one particular value we must learn to imbibe, especially if we are students of Swami Dayananda. This value was so dear to heart. Even in US, our ashram had 24/7 coffee, break, some snacks available. And there is no gate. Nowadays, they may be closing the gate. And it's just, they walk in and it was outside the dining hall and people used to take and go some fruits. It was very, Swamiji always loved to feed people. And that is one dhanam where the person gets trupti, santosh. Yes, no more. If you give money, there is always little more. Dil mange little more. Anything you give, there is always urge to have more. But food, they will say no. So, atithi varjitam. So, and one observation, Swamiji often used to mention that the food was never sold in India. Even food grains and never ever the cooked food. You know, you don't find mention of a hotel in any of our literature. Ramayana and Mahabharata is a history, by the way. They are called Itihasas. They are not Puranas. In that history, Rama and Pandava had Vanavasa, you know. They had to spend 12 and 14 years in the forest. But never ever there is a mention that Ram, Lakshman, Sita went to Khodiyar Krupa tea stall, Randal tea stall, Umiyar tea stall, Jalabapa tea stall. Never went. They went for a lunch on such and such a Ravechi dining hall. They never went there. There is no mention of hotel in Ramayana or Mahabharata or our literature, Kalidasa and Bhatti and all that poets, you see that there is no mention. Because this value, Atithi Devo Bhava, was so ingrained in the culture that people never need to buy them. So, Atithi Varjitam Cha means one who welcomes the Atithis, guest, Vaishwadevam, Avaishwadevam. So, Vishwadevas, they are also offered oblations and it has to be done properly. Avidina hutam ahutam cha. When not performed regularly, if there is a miss in performing Agnihotra, or sometimes I was too tired and I didn't feel like entertaining guests, it is called ahutam. And avidina ahutam, not done as per the stipulation, tasya asaptaman lokan, in all 7 lokas, means karma phalas gets destroyed. We will continue next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om.